are after the test ride. Everything went well. I didn't find anything leaking. Well, not from the bike after I finished. So she's back. What have I been doing? Well, I've played around with the fairings a bit more and made some brackets for this bit here. I've also did a slight trimming of the fairing. It's not lined up at the moment because that bracket's not on, but to allow that hose to sit a bit tighter on that side. I've also been looking at my tail unit again and thinking, finalising what has to happen with regards to sort of indicators, tail lights, and then the seat. What I decided to do was make a plate for the actual seat to rest on, because it was just on two runners here, if you remember. But I was worried that it could cause some damage to the seat unit, so I've made a whole plate for it to sit on and put a little bit of foam on there just to protect the fiberglass a bit with my weight on it. So that's that. I've also thinking of indicators again. These little bit more bloody time trying to work out what I want to do with indicators than bloody anything else. So I've made a little plate here, a little bracket, and I'm thinking of having either I found a nice LED strip on eBay which has the brake and tail light in the middle and then indicators either side, which would fit on there perfectly. So yeah, it's little jobs, the finishing touches now. Finishing touches. Just the new tyres, just taking the wheel to get a new tyre put on the front, because after that ride it was so slippery, that tyre, and it's nearly worn out anyway. It's just 95% done with, so I'm going to put a nice fresh Super Corsa on to match the rear one, which was new end of last year. So I should have new rubber front and back, and you can't beat that new rubber feeling, can you, for inspiring confidence. So I'm doing that, and finally put my little mounts on the front of the tank. Went for nice shiny blue ones in the end, which look nice. So yeah, so it's the finishings now, the finishing touches. Not sure how many more of these video diaries there's going to be now in the build phase, because we're getting close. Oh, the tail unit. I've decided this tail unit was too smashed up, too cracked, it's too worn out. So I've ordered a new one of those, so that should arrive today actually. So I'm going to have to trim that and cut it and get it to fit, because that one's had quite a bit of trimming done to it. More exciting deliveries today. I've got an absolute bargain of the, I'll say the Century, but I think of the Millennium on eBay. Got a set of titanium Akrapovic Headers and link pipe, being sold as a standard system on eBay. I was selling it thinking it was the standard system off his 2007 blade. No, it's a full titanium Akrapovic system. So I've got an absolute bargain on this. I've just got the front headers on, and they all fit nicely round the sump. And this is the link pipe for the system, obviously for under seat for the 2007 blade. So I'm going to have to commit now a cardinal sin, which some would say I should be hung, drawn and quartered for. I'm going to cut this now. I'm going to cut this first of all here to see how that lines up with what I want to do with my Austin Racing can to go on, which is there. So it would be nice to have a full titanium system right the way through the whole bike now, and I can do away with my horrible standard steel headers and have titanium right through. So yeah, I'm gonna chop this now. I'm sure it's gonna fit, so I'm gonna cut into it, and ruin probably a £1,000 system. Okay, first cut is made. Not quite the angle I'm after. So I think, see, we got that join there. I think if I cut to about there, it's not going to be a million miles away from where it needs to be. this gets bigger here, it widens out, and that width of that is exactly the same size as that. So I was hoping I could join onto that, but it's a million miles away. I'll cut around here, and then that, I don't think will be a million miles away. Okay, we've got the system sort of rested on the bike for the moment, sort of lined up, pushed-ish onto the Akrapovic system there, and sort of just zip tied onto the band there. Looking good. I don't think that's a million miles away now, so I've just somehow got to mark this so I can send it all off so it can be welded in the right position, but it can be really difficult. Really difficult, because if you go too wrong on the angle, it looks really weird. It's got to be sort of level. So yeah, not easy really. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna manage this, but it's looking good. It's looking good. I just put the old tail on just to get an idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, new tail unit has arrived, as you can see, the black one out of the two. So it's a bit longer stock than these, so you can see I've just measured out well when I put my first cut. So I just basically have to cut these extra bits off the front. Obviously I'll give myself plenty of room to start with, and then we'll trim back once we get it on the bike. So it's time for one more outing on the project for Mr. Angle Grinder. His last trip, I've got a Dremel and stuff, but I think it's quicker just to angle grind it through, probably be cleaner and straighter as well. So this is Mr. Angle Grinder's last little outing, everybody. Oh dear, nearly there. You see, I've done a lot of trimming. I've got a good shape around the tank now with this. Look at the mess. Good shape around the tank. So I'm just a fraction away on the mount there. It's got to go like 5mm forward, and then it'll be perfect. So it's more or less got to take off just a 5mm really all the way around. But I'm out of sandpaper now, and I've got a backache bending over doing this. So yeah, so I think that'll do for today, and I'll carry on tomorrow, clean up all that bloody mess. Look at that. Okay, I think I'm done with trimming my back end. I'm not talking about anal waxing, I'm talking about this back end. So I've spent about, I don't know, 4 hours or so trimming this now, widening it slightly to fit over the subframe, getting a nice contour on the tank. I think, and then that's actually much better than what my original one was. A little bit tight here. I think I might take a fraction more off it. I don't want it, you know, when it moves, when you sit on the bike, I don't want it rubbing on the paintwork, scratching the paintwork, obviously. So I've been very careful to get a nice shape on it. This side looks good actually, but I think it's just a tiny bit more to take off the other side here. A little bit tight there. But yeah, so that's looking good. That's looking really good. Just got to put the front holes in where it mounts onto the subframe, and then that can go off for paint. But I actually quite like it in black. Actually quite liking the whole bike in black. Would look mean. But don't worry, I'm not changing anything now. Well, tail is finally sorted, finally fitted. Got a nice bit of rubber trim around the front section there. All the holes are lined up, bolts are all in, all round, bolted this side as well. So I'm really happy with that, really happy with that. I've even got my little metal plate on the back there to hide the entrance, the rear hole, the anus, the bike anus. So yeah, I mean, we're happy with that. So I'm going to send that off Monday to Wicked Coatings. Fantastic guys there, and they're going to match it up, the colours up. I'm going to send a side panel with it as well, and they're going to paint that for me. As they say, another tick in the box.